Welcome back. Let's make these Spotify plaques. Subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, so I used to use acrylic sheets, but I had this message from this gentleman on Facebook asking me if I would test out his product that they just launched on Amazon, a plexiglass to be used for this Spotify plaque. So we're going to try the Spotify plaque out with this plexiglass. So we're going to open our Spotify app and search the song that we want to put on our plaque. I'm going to be using My Boy, the My Girl version. You're going to click on those three little dots and then click on the album and screenshot that because you're going to take that code into Design Space. So go ahead and open Design Space in a new project, and we're going to upload that screenshot we took. And then we're going to crop out just the Spotify code to clean up. Once you have it cropped, just the code out, you can start cleaning it up by using the remove tool and then dragging the positive negative bar all the way to the positive sign. That'll take away all that red in between the code. So now that the code's cleaned up, I'm going to go ahead and clean up the Spotify in the code. I'm going to save this as a cut image. And then once it's saved, we're going to insert it into Design Space. Next, we're going to insert our picture. And I'm going to start by making the pixels of the picture better. I'm going to run it through this app. You can do 5 a day for free. But as you can see, it makes the pixels of the picture better. So we're just going to save that and then go back into Design Space. Once we're in Design Space, we're going to insert a square and make it 5 by 7 because that's the size of the plaque we're doing. This will allow us to get our placement and our size correctly for our cut image and our print to cut image. Okay, so we're going to place our Spotify code where we want it on our plaque and about the size we want it. By the way, if you go all the way to the right into your settings, you can turn on and off that smart grid, just depending on if you want it to automatically align your cuts up for you or not. Okay, so we're going to select a photo from our library and we're going to choose the picture we ran through the Remini app. And we're going to save this as a print to then cut image. Once it's saved, we're going to insert that into Design Space. Once it's loaded in Design Space, I'm going to edit the size, and I'm going to go with about 3.5 and let it automatically adjust the height. And then I'm going to take that picture and I'm going to put it on my plaque template, move my Spotify code and my picture where I would want it on my Spotify plaque. And then I'm going to go onto the internet and find a free music play button bar thing. So anyways, I'm going to screenshot that, the one that I want to use, and I'm going to take it into Design Space and clean it up. I'm going to crop this, and then I'm going to remove the background. And I'm also going to remove the background on the play button. I'm going to save this as a cut image, as music, and insert it into Design Space. Now once I've inserted into Design Space and it loads, I can adjust the size and put it on my plaque template. Once I'm satisfied with that, I want to attach my cuts for the play button and my Spotify code so it cuts out together. So I only have one transfer to help keep it straight on my actual plaque. When you're ready to make your project that you've designed in Design Space, always save the image before cutting out your project or printing, because if something ever happens between the two and they lose communication, you'll have this saved to be able to go back and reprint or recut. All right, we're going to go upload our second photo. We're going to use the Remini app again to edit the pixels before we put it into Design Space as a print and cut. So we're going to go ahead and open the app and select the image we want to use. I'm going to do a little bit of cropping before I run it through it. And then once I run it through it, I'm going to save it to my device and go to Design Space and upload it there. And I'm going to upload it and save it as a print and cut image. Just like the first one, once it's saved as a print and cut image, we're going to insert it into Design Space and adjust the size to fit on our Spotify plaque. I'm going to make it a 3.5 and let it automatically correct the height. Once it's sized, I'm going to place it where I would want it on my Spotify plaque on the template in Design Space. And then we're going to go and we're going to get the code for it. So what you'll do is you'll open Spotify up and you'll type in the song. Then you'll click the three buttons again, and once the album with the code pops up, you'll click on that and make it bigger and screenshot it. Then open Design Space and we're going to upload a photo from the library and get that screenshot we just took of our code. And we're going to crop it again to where we just have the code and go remove the background from the code. Remember to drag your little circle clear to your positive side to get all those red marks in between the code cleared out. And then just finish cleaning up your image and save it as a cut image. Once it's saved, we're going to insert it into Design Space. And just like the first one, we're going to adjust the code where we want it on our Spotify plaque on our Spotify template in Design Space. When you have the code how you want it on your plaque, attach your code in your music buttons so they print in one cut. Now that we have our Spotify plaques made in our Design Space, let's cut them. Go ahead and click Make It. Let's cut our vinyl out first to go to that mat. We'll come back to our print to cut in just a few. So anyways, once we get to our vinyl cut, we're going to hide what cuts we don't need. And then align your cuts that you do want to cut out where you have your vinyl placed on your mat. Once aligned, click Continue and select your material. We're going to be using vinyl. I'm going to print my pictures, print to cut, and I'm going to use this sticker paper. So I'm making 2 Spotify plaques, so that's why I'm printing off 2 pictures. Okay, you're going to take your print image and you're going to cut it by placing it on your mat and loading it in the machine. Once you've selected your material, you can click Cut. So you have a perfectly straight, nicely cut image to put on your Spotify plaques. Alright, so if you guys know what reverse weeding is, awesome. If not, I'm about to teach you an amazing trick. So we're going to reverse weed in order to get our design onto our plaque. I'm just going to line up my plexiglass on my mat and make it straight. That way I have some lines to follow. And then I'm going to take this. And I'm just going to simply place it. Alright, so you place it down, rub it with the squeegee, peel your transfer tape off, stick your transfer tape back to your transfer tape paper, save that for later. I always reuse it. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to peel all this extra off. So we're going to grab a corner and you're just going to start peeling. This is reverse weeding, y'all. It saves so much time on these little intricate cuts, and when you're weeding, usually it pulls them up. So reverse weeding helps save so much time by just sticking your design straight to your project and allowing you to remove all of the extra stuff that you don't want to leave behind. All right, now we're just going to go in and we're going to weed these little sections or these little parts right here out. And here we're going to weed the inside of the circle. This plexiglass is actually really nice to weed on. My vinyl applied to it pretty easy and stuck really well. And now we're going to do the other one. Once you've scanned the code and confirmed that it works, you can start applying your picture. All right, so we're going to be applying the picture. So I want to use the mat again to use the lines on it for making sure we got the picture on there straight. I'm going to apply this picture. Spotify plaque. All right, there you have it. Okay, so we're gonna remove the cover off the front. And we're gonna put this image on here. I'm going to place this on my mat so that I have the lines to keep everything going onto it. You're going to take your cut image and you're going to leave it in the vinyl. You're not going to weed it. And you're going to place your transfer tape over top of it. And then you're just going to smooth it down. And flip it over and also smooth it. And we're going to grab the edge and we're going to peel back. Alright, next we're going to take our design and we're going to apply it to our plaque. I didn't get my line straight, so yeah. And smooth it on there. And remove this extra. Once you remove the transfer tape, you're going to stick it back up on your transfer tape paper to save it for later because you can reuse it several times. Alright, then you're going to take, and again, this is so all these little intricate cuts stay. Makes it easier to weed off, saves you time. Now just pull all this stuff off here. Alright, now we're gonna weed out all this little inside the Spotify symbol. And it did, so we're gonna apply our picture. So these are the Spotify plaques that we made with these plexiglass. I really like how they turned out. The acrylic sheet versus the plexiglass. As you can see, the plexiglass is thinner than the acrylic sheet. Acrylic sheets that I got come chipped and stuff. They look like this. Not a clean cut at all, and then even chipped. I did engrave on this one because it was chipped and stuff and I wanted to practice engraving, so yeah. But most of them come like this. None of the plexiglass come like that. Again, I'll leave a link for this plexiglass below, but I do like the plexiglass a lot better for my Spotify plaques than the acrylic sheets. Thanks for watching. I hope that helped you learn how to make the Spotify plaques, and also give a shout out to this company. I will put the link below, but I definitely recommend this product for you to use.